Hi, my name's John Sage with Sage Traveling, and I'd like to use this Sage Accessibility Guide to explain how we can make a trip. Hi, my name's John Sage with Sage Traveling, and I'd like to use this Sage Accessibility Guide for Amsterdam to explain how a trip planned with the help of Sage Traveling is better than a trip that you planned all alone. This Sage Accessibility Guide is customized for each client and each destination. I'm going to walk you through the version for a previous client that visited Amsterdam. Our trip planning services include the Sage Accessibility Guide. They also include a pre-trip accessibility consultation so that we can get to know you and customize the trip for your accessibility needs and your interest, as well as emergency assistance during your trip, because there are a bunch of different things that can go wrong during the trip. We have a whole lot of experience solving those problems. We have an extensive network of local contacts, so we're pretty good at solving problems, and you don't have to put your trip on hold while we do that. But today what I'd like to concentrate on is this accessibility guide. This is based on multiple trips that I've done to Amsterdam in my wheelchair researching accessibility, and we've improved it as we've gotten feedback from each of our clients. When you arrive in Amsterdam, most people arrive by plane at the airport or by train, and we can have an accessible van waiting for you with the driver holding your name on a sign so that you don't have to worry about finding transportation to your hotel. And also all the hotels that we recommend are ones that I've personally visited and inspected their accessibility so that we really understand what the differences are between the various accessible accommodation options and can recommend the very best ones for you. When you do arrive, the Sage Accessibility Guide has advice on the Amsterdam airport as well as advice on the Centraal train station and some of the accessibility features that are there. When you're getting around the city, Amsterdam's not a huge place, at least the tourist part of it, but you probably do want to use some transportation rather than just walk or roll from attraction to attraction. The tram is a good option in some places. In some spots, it has a large gap or a large step to get on and off the tram. What we've done is identify which of those locations you should avoid and which ones work well, because it doesn't help if you get on the tram and then you can't get off where you want to. Our services are designed for tourists. They're for visitors. They're not for residents. So we have taken the time to explain which of the tram lines are helpful for tourists that want to visit the main attractions like the Anne Frank House and the Rijksmuseum and some of the other great options here. That's all explained in detail in the Sage Accessibility Guide. I mentioned there are some great attractions. The Amsterdam City Museum is one of those. The Anne Frank House is another. You can see in the Anne Frank House, I think you can see in the photo down here, there are often very long lines, and we've got some tips for you to be able to avoid those long lines. We also have accessibility details so that you know whether or not you will be able to visit all parts of the house or just some parts of the house depending on your accessibility needs. Another attraction, just another example, the Van Gogh Museum. I love the Van Gogh Museum. It's very well done here. I've been there a couple times. And with all of our accessibility reviews of the attractions, you'll have photos, you'll have maps showing where the entrances are. This photo shows the wheelchair lift at the entrance and explains how to use it and which parts of the museum that you'll be able to visit. After visiting the Van Gogh Museum and possibly you also visit the nearby Rijksmuseum, you'll get hungry eventually, and so we recommend accessible restaurant options for you that are near the tourist attractions. And so you can see here that we recommend different streets where there's multiple options, accessible options to choose from. Because if you do just wander around and just look for restaurants, there's a lot of restaurants that either have multiple steps to get in, to go up into them, or they have multiple steps to go down into the restaurant. Additionally, the restrooms can often be located down a flight of stairs or up a flight of stairs. So we try to steer you in the right direction so that you can have good dining experiences. A key part of many visitors' experience in Amsterdam is shopping. And so in the Sage Accessibility Guide, we do explain where some of those accessible shopping options are. There's multiple different areas you can choose. Some are outdoors, some are indoors, but those are all explained in here and make for a good break from just doing kind of the tourist stuff and visiting the tourist attractions all day. This is the guide for Amsterdam, but we also have Sage Accessibility Guides and accessible trip planning services for other destinations, which are easy to combine with Amsterdam. So you can easily combine this with a visit to Bruges and Brussels and maybe all the way over to Paris. We can handle all the accessible train reservations that you'll need, accommodation, the tours, everything that you'll need here. I'll close with this thought that I know that what we've done with Sage Traveling, with the Sage Accessibility Guides, is really in a lot of sense revolutionary. No one's ever done it before. And you may not know if it's really worth it or not to take the time to contact us, but I'll issue this challenge. Give us a call or give us an email. Try one trip with us, and I'm confident that you'll never travel in Europe again without us. We really make it easy. We give you some off the beaten path experiences that will really take your trip from a good trip to a great trip. We look forward to hearing from you.